All right, so just to double check, same way as always, just in case it's opening somewhere else, we're gonna hit that new. You could also do Control N. We make sure we have the ACAD, the AutoCAD file. We hit open. If you notice, I have two drawings. If you weren't sure about the first one, you could X out. So in this video, we got fillet, rotate, chamfer, and array. So same as always, we're gonna follow the instructions. But now we have to start like applying what we know to make it as efficient as possible. So if they ask me to draw a 10 by 7 border, I'm not going to draw four lines anymore, right? I know a border is going to be a rectangle, right? Now they're going to give me my corner point. I could do 0, comma 0 because it's given. Enter. And then now I can start using the dynamic input if I want. So I F12'd up and I know it's 10. I could hit tab key 7. I like to tab back and forth. If I notice this is in polar, so it's not going to work. Things that can go wrong. So rect, first corner point, 0, tab 0, enter. But I don't want to enter the other corner point, so I'm going 10, tab 7, tab back and forth, enter. If it's not big enough, I hold down the wheel and I drag it over and I make it bigger. So there's my rectangle. Now they want us to draw 1 by 3 at the bottom left corner at 0.75, 0.75. Once again, I can start using my dynamic input, rectangle. They asked me for the first corner point, 0.75, tab, 0.75, enter. And then they want it to be 1 by 3. So 1, tab, 3, tab, enter. Now, if it's really thin and you think you might have somehow mixed it up, we could always click on measure and it's 3 and 1. So I know it's correct. I could also measure the 10 by the 7. All right, escape out. And now we're going to do our first tool. So rotate. I start using my dynamic input. I have rotate. I click it on. And then I just follow the words select object. Now that it's selected, I hit enter to just verify that's what I wanted to do. Now they want a base point. Once again, I could do my dynamic input. I can click on it. Now they want the rotation. They give us the -90. We all know that AutoCAD starts at 0, draws counterclockwise. So that rotation -90, or you could have did, whatever math equals the same thing. All right. So now we have rotate. We've rotated ours. The next thing that they want us to do is copy this rectangle to above. And we're going to remember our relative coordinates. So dynamic input, I want to copy something. Copy. What do I want to copy? This rectangle. If you drew 4 lines, you're going to have to group the rectangle. So we're going to pick a base point. We're going to move it up 2, or we could just write 2, tab. Thinking about our thing, we got 90, enter, good. Escape out, we drew 1. All right, now we're on the fillet command. So the same thing, I'm gonna type fillet. I see it's the second one, so I got fillet. I'm going to then select first object. But on this one, they want us to do the radius, and they want us to set it to 0.375. Enter. Now we're going to select the first object, select the second object. You can kind of see in the preview. Good. All right, now the space bar. I hit space to turn on the last thing I did, so I don't have to keep on doing that same stuff over and over again. Space, I turn it back on. I just keep clicking the two sides until I have fillet on all of them. I'm good. I escape out, make sure nothing's turned on. That's fillet. Now we're going to copy the first rectangle 4.5 above. So then we're going to use chamfer. So I click. I should really keep following it, right? So copy turns on. Click what I want to copy. Enter. Now we got a base point, but now we got 4.5, and it's still going to be 90. So that's where it's going to go. Escape out. Now we're going to use our chamfer command. Same thing. We have our dynamic input on. There's chamfer. Now, in this case, they also want us to set the distance to 0.375. Okay. And the second chamfer distance also. Now the same thing. We're going to, good. Space bar to put the last thing that was used back on. Space bar again. And space bar one last time. All right, I have my three sides chamfer. The next one, escape out. They want me to draw a rectangle that's a half a unit square with the bottom left corner 6.1, 6 comma 0.15. So all squares are rectangles. Not all rectangles are squares. They give me my base points, 6, tab, 1.5, tab back and forth just to make sure. I hit enter. I probably did that wrong. Rect. Six. Now they want it to be 0.5, so 0.5, 0.5, enter, right? Now we have our array command, which we start typing. We're going to select the app. Now they want us to do rectangular, and they want it to be 3 by 3. Is that what that, I think it's 3 by 3. Oh yeah. All right. So for the arrays, they want us to select grip to edit the array. Columns 3 by 3. All right. We have our 3 by 3 columns. All right. So for this one, we also have a sub menu that I can look up at top. So distance in between 0.75. I'm reading over this thing again. it says 3 by 2. So sorry, 3 by 2, 0.75. Enter, and then close array. So array, we also have a menu for that. It pops up. So we have a 3 by 2. Okay. All right, the next one, dynamic input. We got circle. Specify the center point. We got 7.5, 5.5. We're gonna click diameter because it told us it has a diameter of 1.5. All right, next we're gonna make a line from the center going 1 inch to the right. Remember your relative inputs and on snap. So scroll down here. We got some dynamic inputs on, orthos off, snap, turn on, snap on. Let's make sure midpoints clicked on, so we're good. I'm gonna draw a line. Uh, the line should be 1. All right. We're gonna start the array. We're going to select the line we just drew. Hit enter to confirm. We're gonna do polar array. And then we have, so up top is the box. It's not the pop-up box. And then we just make sure it's the same though. So items, total number of items 6, angle to fill 360, angle between 60, center point. All right, it looks good. All right, so that's this one. If I want to dimensions, we got our 1.5, we got our ones, right? Good. Escape out. What are these supposed to be? Point. All right, it's all making sense. Good stuff. Do the same thing.